What up, guys? Welcome to another episode. We're ripping on the Dyna today, trying to get some good old practice before the season ends. It's coming to a close pretty soon here in Canada, but luckily we have some nice weather still. We're at the old lot, and the tire's looking a wee bit bald over here, so it's making the wheelies a little bit harder, but we're still getting it. I'm trying to get the donuts going on it too, so we can wear it evenly before we burn it off. Get the most bang for our buck. It's still running pretty strong, thankfully. Also, if anybody's still interested in these derby covers, still have 2 left. We'll be making more in the future. Once I figure out a company name and everything that I want to do for these, the logo and all that. Right now I'm just running mine raw, but yeah, I made a bunch of these parts that are on the bike right now, and they're holding up really well. So today I'm going to give you some tips on how to wheelie a Dyna, because before I did it off the bike, now I'm going to show it to you on the bike. So, first things first, you want to learn how to clutch up. If you don't know what a clutch up is, it's basically a mixture of gas and dumping the clutch. So I used to dump my clutch around 3 grand. I don't really look at that anymore, but if you want to, rev the RPMs, and then what you can do is just pop the clutch when you're ready to get the wheelie up. So as you can see, the tire came up a little bit. I'm trying to just show you how much the bike will come up without any of the rest of the techniques that I'm going to show you. So with the Harley wheelies, you really got to yank them to get them up. So it's a mixture of like throwing yourself back in the seat or shifting your weight and clutching up. Get your gas, pop the clutch. As you can see though, I'm burning out, right? Because my tire's slick. I mean, some people may still have that issue, even if, you know, even when you're learning. Like I did that a bunch of times when I was learning until I figured out I had to shift my weight, right? So now we'll show you when I shift my weight what it looks like. So you see there, bike came right up as I shifted my weight. And it's kind of like just a subtle yank as you pop the clutch. Another way to easily get the bike up is learn how to knee knocker. So knee knocker is you either put your knee on the seat like this. Some people have their leg coming out the side. I like to put mine on my foot plate and just like more straighter like this, because it just makes me feel more comfortable. And you do the same thing. You pop the clutch. So yeah, as you can see, it actually comes up way easier in a knee knocker. Like I said, I learned how to knee knock or wheelie first before I even learned how to sit down wheelie. Because sit down wheelies just felt really weird to me. So I like to keep my foot on the brake as well. Very important that you master that skill. I haven't completely mastered it yet, but I'm working on it. So as you can see, we're at balance point now. On these Dynas, you can hold it all throttle control like I'm doing right now. So you can see that whole wheelie right there, I was literally just controlling it all by throttle. So once again, balance point on these bikes is right when the forks are parallel with the ground. So they start off like that. As soon as they get parallel with the ground, that's how you know you're in balance point on a Dyna. And then anything past that, you can usually get away with just a little bit of engine brake, but you still have to, there's a point there like every other bike where you'll have to learn how to master the brake. to shoot it up as fast as you can to balance point, because unlike a dirt bike or a 110 where you can chase them out, or even a sport bike, like these dynas are really heavy. They'll run out of RPMs by the time that you get up in the balance point, and you'll just be chasing the wheelie. So what you want to do is basically shoot it up as fast as you can to balance point, and then you'll know you're there when A, you hear the motor purring nice and softly, and then B, like you'll see your RPMs aren't going up because you're not chasing it, and you'll just find that sweet spot where you want to be. So I'll show you a sit down again. I'll let you know when I'm using brake and when I'm not using brake. Alright, balance point right there, no brake. My foot's on it, but it's all throttle control right now. Engine brake. Engine brake. So as you can see, I held it there in balance point with all just throttle control. These Harleys, they have a lot of engine brake, right? So they'll come back down. They're pretty forgiving in that sense. That's why a lot of people can do stand-up wheelies like this. No handbrake. All these stand-up wheelies on Harleys, all throttle control. Next thing you're going to want to learn is, if you're going to do sit-down wheelies, you got to hook your foot. So when you get ready to do a sit-down wheelie, hooking your foot like this is going to really help you feel more secure on the bike, and it's going to allow you to do one-handers and stuff like that once you get to that level. It's going to give you another anchor point, essentially, on the bike, so that you can rip and do all your tricks without feeling like you're falling off the bike. Honestly, even if you can't do one-handers or anything, I recommend learning how to hook your foot. It's one of those things I can't really explain. You just got to learn it. You just got to start trying to do it while you're doing a wheelie. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I could sit here all day, try to explain to you how to, you know, how to clutch up and how to hook your foot, but like if you don't go try it yourself, you know what I mean, and feel it out, everybody's gonna find their own way on how to do things, right? So like I said, first things first, clutch up, pop the clutch, reef, you know what I mean, if you got to, like yank back and just roll into the throttle to get yourself up to balance point. And like I said, the higher that you can pop it right off the bat and save your RPMs, the longer you'll be able to hold your wheelie. So, like I said, balance point starts when your forks are parallel with the ground. It's hard to really see when you're in a sit-down wheelie, but you can really tell when you're doing a knee knocker, right? Pop it up nice and high, not on the brake at all. This is all throttle control. I'll show you how I get on the brake now. Brake, brake. So right now I'm not completely doing any coasters yet, like engine brake coasters and stuff like that, because I'm still trying to finesse that sweet spot. But I am getting a lot better with the rear brake, in terms of like now it's becoming second nature, where instead of chopping the throttle, I'm actually using my foot a lot more, which is great, especially in the sit-down wheelies, because they don't feel sketchy anymore. As you can see, all not even braking yet, and brake. Slow down, brake, off the brake, learn how to scrape eventually and help me learn how to scrape too. Because I still haven't got there yet, really. Well, yeah, just gonna keep doing a couple more sit downs for you guys, show you how. Gas it on the way down too. You want to try your best to save your fork seals and just be nice to your bike because they're pretty heavy and you don't want to like slam it down hard. You know what I mean? Yank it. Balance point. Forks are parallel with the ground. All this is just engine brakes. Throttle control wheelie right here. Big arm pump going on right now. So yeah, the better that you get with the rear brake too, the less scared you're going to be. Like I'm noticing I'm starting to go a lot farther back now because I'm developing that mind muscle control of not panicking when I feel that tip back and actually just hitting my brake instead of chopping the throttle, because hitting the brake is going to save you more than chopping the throttle will, unless you mousetrap. The thing with these Harleys too, it's like you can't really see where you're going, like unless once you get really comfortable on it, you're kind of just like saying, Jesus, take the wheel. Like I kind of peek to the side, but I mean, the visibility on the bagger, it's a lot harder. I can't even see where the fuck I'm going with that fairing, because I'm so used to looking at my forks. When I do it on the bagger, fuck, can't see a thing. RPMs didn't really drop and they didn't really go up, which is what you want. Obviously they're going to drop when you hit the brakes and you drop back, right? But you just want to kind of keep it in that sweet spot, you know? So right now everything's all engine brake on this. Now we're going to get some brakes right here. One thing I'm noticing too is now that I'm starting to drop back, it's opening up a new challenge. I've noticed when I start dropping back, it gets really squirrely side to side, like I'm tipping. So a couple buddies of mine said basically with that is I just got to go faster, right? It's like just like anything else. When you're riding with no hands, it's usually easier when it's faster, right? So same thing with the wheelie. When you're trying to drop back, it's easiest to do it when you have a lot of speed, because you won't have to worry about that side-to-side tipping motion, because your bike is just going to naturally balance itself. But if you're going really slow, you have to worry about that side-to-side tipping balance. So, like I said, recap, on a Harley Davidson, clutch up, yank the bike, hook your foot if you're doing a sit down, roll into the throttle, and once your forks get to parallel, honestly, you just got to hold it there. You can hold it there with throttle control all you want, provided that you're really smooth on the throttle. And then yeah, once you want to start like dropping back, then you can use the brake. Honestly, I will say with these Harleys, you do have a pretty good like balance point window in comparison to other bikes like a dirt bike or like anything else, because in my eyes they're like really heavy bikes and they do hold themselves in balance point really good, provided like you know what you're doing, right? But you know what I mean, like for example, hard to get it up into the wheelie, but really easy to keep it in balance point, right? Versus like, I think a sport bike is like really touchy, right, in comparison to a Harley. So with sport bikes, they clutch up really easily, but I bet that it's really touchy to keep them in balance point. I could be wrong. Anybody that's a sport bike rider feels like commenting on that, feel free. So like, if you're having troubles doing sit down wheelies, do some knee knockers, because your weight's all the way at the back of the bike. You can really just pop them up easy. Like, watch, I won't even yank, I'll just do a clutch up and you should go. So because my weight was at the back of the bike, you can see the bike came up fairly easily. So now, if I clutch up and yank it, roll into the throttle, boom, we're up there. And brake. Another thing too that I'm trying to work on, when you're doing the sit down wheelies, try not to hold on to the bars because you'll get a wicked arm pump way faster. Try to use your abs to like propel yourself forward, you know what I mean? When you're in the wheelie, instead of hanging on and like clenching and, you know, gripping, it's gonna make your arms tired a lot quicker. So try to use your abs and like do a crunch basically instead.